I'm not angry at who I was in my 20s because she fought for me. She protected me and got me here to where I am today. And here's what I'm leaving behind. My name is Bree, and I'm finally learning to show up for myself.
After years of just surviving, being a people pleaser,
and shrinking myself for love, I'm choosing something new, a soft life with boundaries. Let's move on to the first thing that I learned in my 20s. Tolerating things that don't feel safe.
I was always walking on eggshells with people, ignoring my intuition.
And I'm pretty sure we all go through that young intern phase. It was like I was intentionally choosing chaos. Number 2, overthinking. My anxiety the entire time in my 20s was through the roof.
My mind used to be so loud and consisted of overthinking and replaying conversations over and over again, trying to predict a different outcome, and if anything, that made me overthink even more.
My anxiety in my early 20s came from trauma and just trying to figure myself out as a young woman in this world. Number 3, we're going to talk about motherhood.
Becoming a mother at such a young age was a beautiful and brutal situation.
I had my son at 19 years old, and I had him with a guy that was significantly older than me. We won't touch too much on that subject just because I don't really want to put my son's business out there, but
there were moments where I envied girls that were just so carefree and could party all night long, and that's because they just didn't have any responsibilities.
There are so many things that I struggled with when it came to raising him, not only financially, but just mentally, finding the capacity within myself to be responsible for myself and him.
Those moments that I wanted to be carefree and stay out all night and have these random relationships and float in between things were over. I had to move with intention.
Not only for me, but for my son. It was hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was extremely hard. It's the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life. I'm still doing it now. I am just now finding comfort with him and I, and a lot of the things that I would overthink about. Am I a good parent? Am I doing this right? Am I gonna mess him up? Is he gonna end up just like me?
From those thoughts alone, I would feel even more guilt and disgust with myself, because how could I feel this way and I am a mother?
Me having my son was the best thing I could have done, although I struggled a lot. I wouldn't change it for the world, I really wouldn't. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. It has centered my thoughts, it's helped me grow up. It has helped me become the woman that I am today. Shout outs to my baby. Number 4, abandoning me for the sake of others.
I made a habit of choosing other people over myself.
I used to do this on a regular basis. I would just not be there for myself. I would always put other people before me.
And I would say yes to almost anything.
I would give and give until I didn't have anything left. I mean, financially, mentally, emotionally. I would just be there for everyone else so often that I didn't have anything to give myself.
I had a fear of saying no.
I just felt like I couldn't say no to people. And why? I have no idea, because no is like my favorite word. I feel like a toddler. No.
I can now say no without any guilt, and yes without any resentment.
I tell people no and I protect my peace. That's all I can do. I feel so much more energetic now. Number 5 is performing and being.
My 20s felt like one extremely long performance after another. It seemed like I was confident, but the entire time I was extremely insecure.
I had a performance me, and then I had the real me. That was really sad. Performance me was the me that everyone saw at work, the me that everyone would talk to and hee-haw. You're so likable, you're so turned, you're so energetic, you're so this. but that was not the real me. I would go home and I would just cry and sit in darkness and just self-pity because I was giving you guys so much energy. Once again, just overgiving.
I thought people would love me even if I looked healed and happy.
Would often feel lost because my performer self would get turned off and I had to go back to reality. And my reality was really dark at the time. You know, things at home just weren't good. I didn't feel like I was being a good mother. I had moved back home with my parents, and that was another thing. And number 6, carrying the weight of dealing with a difficult relationship with my parents. Each one of them had their own messed up upbringing that bled into my childhood and early adulthood, and that was devastating to deal with.
My relationship with my parents was complicated.
In my household, I'm the oldest of 2, and it was odd.
There was love, there was pain, addiction.
The issues in my household that would pop up were not ideal. Still to this day, I call my friends and I'm like, you would never believe this. And it's so just drama filled and just, I'm getting the ick. I don't even have words for it, honestly. I love both my parents dearly, but dealing with both of them is a task.
And it hurt. And it hurt. It really did. That type of hurt is something that no one talks about.
The weight of that just used to destroy me, and it had me seeking for relationships in other ways, which is how I found my child's father and other relationships, because I just wasn't being loved properly at home. And to be honest, it left a huge hole in my heart, and that was something very traumatic for me.
I can say that I love my parents, but at the same time acknowledge the fact that they didn't show up for me like how I needed them to.
Unfortunately, it looks like this part of my life will be bleeding over into my 30s, but I'm at a point where now I can smile and be happy about everything that I've learned from them and love them still and respect them. All these life lessons have given me the strength that I needed to continue to grow and be the woman that I am today. I'm moving towards my 30s with softness, intention, and just happiness. I'm in a relationship now to where I feel happy, loved, and safe. I am happy to say that I offer those things to my son as well, and I know for a fact he is happy, loved, and safe. That's what I'm just most thankful for. The next time you guys see me, I will be celebrating my birthday in Punta Cana, and I will be officially 30, and it's like, I can't believe this is happening to me. I always thought that 30 was old and icky and just, and I have never felt so alive in my life, and it's just a beautiful feeling, honestly. Here's to 30.